in 2008, you lost by half a point. It came down to the final match, and actually a guy named Tervel Dlagnev, who is the assistant coach at Ohio State, won the tournament for Kearney. Just wondering how that feels between the 08 team and getting second and by half a point, and losing by 70 points and still getting second. Because you made it sound like it was a great tournament when you got second place and lost by 70. Is it the same feeling when you lose by half a point?
I don't know if we could have did any better that 94 team. Everybody wrestled above their seed except for one guy. And some of them weren't even seeded. I don't know. I don't really think about it all that much. Now the half a point one, yeah, you're like splitting hairs where you could have won here, where you could have won there. But obviously, we were ahead by 3.5 points, going into the last 30 seconds of a heavyweight match. And, but I don't know if my life, I would have loved to have won it. You drive down the highway every once in a while and think about it. But I'm really proud of the effort that team put together. I think the team we had the year before might have been a little bit more talented. But this team, we had Jason Roten, who was a 4-time All-American and national champion, who was one of those guys that is a formula guy. He kept his cards pretty close to his chest, didn't make a lot of mistakes. And then Andy Picard was a national champ at 165. And those two guys hit it off, became training partners. And Andy was, Jason Roten was like a paint by the numbers guy. Andy Picard was, let's throw some paint on the wall and let her fly and see what it turns out like. And I think those two guys were definitely the alpha males of the group. And I think Andy got Jason to open up and be a little more freewheeling. And I think Jason got Andy to, rein it in a little bit and not try to win the race on the second lap like a NASCAR race. And I think that filtered down through the rest of the team. But no, I don't know. I don't really think about it. It was like kind of like on to the next thing. There was a couple weeks there. You come back. There's always takeaways. There's a couple weeks when no matter what anybody said, it wasn't the right thing. I wasn't processing it as the right thing. It'd be like, hey, coach, good season. And I'd be like, we didn't win it. You can't say that. We didn't win it. And then if they said, golly, you guys just didn't quite have it. Well, that would get you mad too. So just kind of came to the conclusion that at least they know how you did and take it for what it's worth and go on. I think maybe the harder thing of that one was our last year of what was called the North Central Conference. And they had different rules for scholarships. We went to the Northern Sun after that. And our scholarships went from like 6.8 to like 3.5. And so that part was maybe a little bit tougher because, it's like you got the program, you take them fourth the year before, third the year before that. And then the scholarship was going to be hard to keep at that level with less scholarship money. So that part was probably a little bit harder than the actual result.
Do you remember watching Tervel wrestle Dustin Finn and twitching your seat? What were you feeling?
I was just thinking if Dustin Finn can pull this thing off, he's going to be flown up to Mankato, Minnesota, and that guy was going to be taken care of for a weekend. I remember I was sitting up on the top. We were done after 165. We had 3 guys in the finals that year. And I knew the gig. I had a little moleskin notebook keeping the scores. I knew what the gig was. And, as soon as he got that takedown, then it was like, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Go punch a wall or, didn't want to see anybody. We had a huge crowd there that year. Remember coming back to the hotel room, my family's all there, big embrace, let out, cried a little bit. And then we had a big party afterwards. And I just told the guys we're going to hang our head high. All these people, unconditional love. this is going to hurt. It's going to sting. You're going to process it your own way. We're not going to feel sorry for ourselves. And I think that's how the makeup of our team was too. You know, there's no doubt about it. It stung. But I think our guys understand that, the bigger picture, and eventually it's going to be on to the next thing.